July 24, 2025, what began as a quiet summer day in Russia's Far East would soon unravel into one of the most devastating aviation tragedies in the region's recent memory. Angara Airlines Flight 2311, a 49-year-old Antonov An-24RV, departs from Blagoveshchensk at 11:40 a.m. local time. The aircraft, a stalwart of Soviet-era engineering, had served faithfully for nearly 5 decades. Though aging, it had recently passed its airworthiness inspection, certified to fly until 2036. On board, 43 passengers, including 5 children, and 6 experienced crew members. Their final destination, the mountainous town of Tynda, nestled deep in the Amur Oblast, just north of Russia's border with China. For pilots in this region, the route is familiar but unforgiving. Remote terrain, erratic weather, and underdeveloped infrastructure often combine to make flying here more art than science. As Flight 2311 approaches Tynda around 1 p.m., light rain begins to fall. Visibility begins to deteriorate. From the cockpit, the crew has little visual contact with the runway. The weather briefing had indicated marginal conditions, but nothing outside the aircraft's limits. The first landing attempt is aborted. The aircraft climbs for another circuit. Unbeknownst to those on the ground, Flight 2311 has already entered a crisis. Seconds after aborting the approach, Flight 2311 vanishes from radar. No distress call. No squawk. Just silence. Air traffic controllers at Tynda Tower make repeated calls. None are returned. Within minutes, emergency protocols are triggered. A search and rescue operation begins. But locating a downed aircraft in the Russian taiga is no simple task. Satellite data suggests a possible impact zone several kilometers south of Tynda. Dense coniferous forests blanket the mountains. The terrain is treacherous. Swamps and steep inclines frustrate early rescue efforts. It is only by helicopter, flying above the canopy, that search crews spot something, a patch of scorched earth. Twisted metal. The tail section of a Soviet-era plane. There are no survivors. All 49 souls on board are lost. As news of the tragedy spreads across Russia, investigators begin the grim work of piecing together what happened in those final minutes. Was it mechanical failure? Human error? Or something else? Within 24 hours, investigators from the Interstate Aviation Committee and Russian transport authorities arrive at the crash site. The flight data recorder is recovered, charred but intact. The cockpit voice recorder, found nearby, offers a chilling glimpse into the crew's final moments. The aircraft was functioning. Both engines operating. Navigation systems online. So what went wrong? Analysis reveals that during the second approach, the crew became spatially disoriented, a deadly hazard when flying under instrument meteorological conditions, IMC. Flying blind in cloud cover, the captain believed they were aligned with the runway. In reality, they were descending into rising terrain. Terrain awareness warning sound, but too late. At 1:03 p.m., the aircraft strikes trees on a wooded mountainside just 9 kilometers south of Tynda Airport. The impact tears the fuselage apart. A post-crash fire engulfs what remains. The preliminary cause. Pilot error exacerbated by poor visibility and outdated navigation practices. Angara Airlines faces questions about operating such an old aircraft on a route with minimal instrument guidance. Critics ask why there was no ground-based terrain radar. Why no GPS-enhanced systems? The crash of Flight 2311 becomes a haunting reminder that even in modern aviation, old airplanes, challenging environments, and marginal conditions remain a volatile mix. In the aftermath, memorials rise in Khabarovsk, Blagoveshchensk, and Tynda. Russian authorities announce a re-evaluation of regional air safety procedures. Dozens of older Antonov aircraft are grounded for reinspection. Flight 2311's final descent becomes more than a tragedy, it becomes a call to modernize, to train, and to remember. For the families of the victims, answers may offer closure, but the loss remains. Forever etched into the forests of Amur, the wreckage of Flight 2311 marks a solemn chapter in Russia's aviation history.